everyone. So we are back with another makeup tutorial. We're just gonna get right into it. I tried to do a voiceover this time to see if it was easier, shorter. So right now I'm using the color 001 in Revlon Photo Ready Candid Concealer. This is my go-to concealer at the moment because, you know, quarantine, I'm using what I have. I blend that out as much as possible on my eyelid, making sure that it gets covered completely so that we have a good base to start with. So you don't see it much because of the editing, but everything we do, we blend as much as possible. We just want to make sure that everything looks seamless. So now we're going with our NYX concealer. It's the NYX Conceal Correct Contour in the color Light. And we're going to put that on top of that to create a better base to make sure that those colors really pop. Now we're going in with a Morphe palette. This is the Morphe 3502. And we are going to be getting into the color that is called Ablaze. This is one of my favorite go-to palettes when it comes to doing smoky eyes, especially in the fall because of all of the orange colors that it has. We're going to add that to our crease and we're going to blend it. Like I said, we try to blend everything as most possible. We want to make sure everything is seamless and just pack that onto our crease. It's a very light color. It's just going to help with the transition. Can you tell that this day I was not feeling like doing makeup? I just like I have that like base that I'm just not up for anything. Now we're going with the JH41 brush and we're going to be adding an actual lipstick to our eyeballs. We're going to be adding the NYX Lip Tease. This is in the color Red Queen. So I take it off of the applicator for the lipstick and I apply it all over my eyelid. Just in the eyelid. We're not going to get this onto the crease right now. As you can see, I tap it on, making weird faces, but I tap it on. I don't rub on it because it can take off a lot of the color. I try to keep it as low as possible. That way it becomes a lot easier when I blend it. It doesn't go all over the place. Also, I was doing this for the first time. I did not want any sticky situation going on. So I was just testing it out, but it worked out. Now we're going in with a 39L Hit the Lights palette. I'm using the same brush that we were using for the red. And we're going to be going into the palette and we're going to be going into the color Daring. Sorry. I was kind of nervous of doing this look. I really don't do a lot of red colors. So I was just trying to test out to see and get out of my comfort zone. I wanted to do smoky eye, but I didn't want it to be your basic brown or red smoky eye. So I was just winging this, as we do most tutorials, most makeup looks. I do the same thing as I did with the red lipstick. I just pack it onto our eyelid. Now going in with the brush JH40, we're going to be getting the same color and we're just going to be putting it in our crease now. We're going to be doing this so we can try to blend as much as possible. and just kind of smoke everything out without ruining the intensity of the red. Thankfully, putting that red base on with the lipstick helps for the red to look more vibrant rather than just kind of fading. A lot of times red colors tend to look a pink color on different skin tones, and that becomes a problem. So I was just trying to make sure that I maintained that red color and made everything blown out as much as possible. As you can see with that lipstick, it kind of made it hard to blend. And I feel like this color is not very blendable. It can be the brush since the brush was so small, but it just kind of like just skipped some areas. Now I'm going to go into a deeper red. This is called Hot Stuff, and I'm going to pack that over. I noticed that this one's a little bit more vibrant than the color Daring, and I definitely enjoyed it more, but it held on to the areas where the red lipstick was a lot more than areas where it wasn't. So I don't like that you can just kind of see it. It stands out a lot that there's not a well blended color. Unfortunately, didn't notice until I started editing this. In person, it looked totally fine. So I went in with this black color. To be honest, I don't know what color this is. I don't like how it looked. Honestly, I hated how it looked. I was just, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't like it. I just felt like it made everything just look fake and just ugly. And so as I was applying it, I started realizing I really hate this. You could just see my face as I'm blending it out. I'm just kind of, my face is changing. I just really was just like, no, I screwed this up. This is all messed up. This is not the look I was going for. And I was just over it right there. Like, I just remember being like, what did I do? I kept going because a lot of times with smoky eyes, it is very easy for the result to look very bad first, and then it just gets better as things go on. But this black just was not doing it for me. I was trying to salvage it. I was just trying to keep going. At one point, I got up, I walked away, and I was just like, I think I'm gonna have to redo this whole video. I'm going back in with an orange color. This is the color Ablaze again, and I'm trying to blend it out. Honestly, this color, I normally probably wouldn't have used it. I was just trying to do everything possible to just fix this. At this point, I went back with the red lipstick and I just patted it on top of the black. It saved everything, and I kind of like the dimension that it gave it. It just made it kind of a darker, deeper red. You could actually do this with any red that you'd like instead of having to go through the black, but this just turned out this way because of my error. Now with the brush JH33, there's nothing on it. It's a clean brush. I'm going back and blending everything out as much as possible, making sure that there are no harsh edges and making sure that all of the colors are blended together. Now going back to the same Revlon concealer, I'm going to apply it generously over my skin, just making sure it covers under my eyes. This blends out very thinly, so I'm not scared of applying a generous amount. I was looking out my window, being nosy. I use a sponge. I use these sponges when I do makeup on clients. They're just easy to just get thrown away when I'm over with them, and they work well. So I don't really feel the need to have a beauty blender. This works fine for me. As you can see, I'm making somewhat of a wing with my eyeshadow, just using this sponge and blending out the concealer. I believe before I did this, I did wipe off with a wipe some of the excess that may have fallen down to make sure I had a clean base to work on. At this point, I just mix up my concoction of foundations. I am not loving my foundation right now. Like, it works, it does its job, but this is not my go-to foundation. That's why I don't even want to recommend it. I'm just using it, you know, quarantine. Don't have any foundations that I actually like right now, but don't feel like buying any because I'm not going anywhere. Look at that base. I'm totally enjoying life right now. Well, it looks so pissed. So back to the same concealer for NYX. I am just applying that color under my eyes, just having that little extra coverage for those dark circles many mommies probably have right now. The before and after of my skin with foundation, I look like a whole different person just with this change in my skin. I now start putting down the concealer down the bridge of my nose, on my chin, on my forehead, just to make everything look even, so that way the color just kind of looks like you're glowing from within. At this point, I was really feeling how great my skin looked. Now I'm going with Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a dip brow in the color soft brown. I apply it first at the bottom of my eyebrow, and then I go pushing it back, just outlining my eyebrow first and then filling it in. Make sure when you're doing your eyebrows, I see this often, make sure you have a light hand at the front of your eyebrow. Don't look angry, please. Now with the JH42 brush, I am going in and applying some concealer to the bottom of my eyebrow. Because we blended out the red so much, it kind of starts pushing up, and if we're not careful, it can make us look angry. So two things can make us look angry: a very dark inner part of your eyebrow and eyeshadow that just went too far up. Going in with this pointed brush, I am going back into that red color Hot Stuff, and I'm going to be putting that in my lower area. I don't even know what it's called. Bottom of your eyeball. You know, that lower part where the lashes are. Look up, look really weird. and just get that really in there and blend it out as much as possible. I go in adding a little by little instead of just going in all at once. I connect the top to the bottom, that way it looks seamless, it looks all together, not like the bottom of my eye is completely separate from the top of my eye. And we want to go back in with the color Ablaze to just make sure we blend everything out, make it look smoked out, make it look seamless. I've said seamless like 5 billion times this whole video. Don't mind my lips moving. There was music playing. I was singing. Thank goodness we don't have to hear anything. Just a suggestion, don't pull at the lower part of your eyes as hard as I do. It's not great. It's not good for your skin. So I'm going to go back with the small brush that I used previously, and I'm just making sure everything is blended. Going back with my brush, making sure also there is no fallout. I'm now applying false lashes. This isn't easy to record. You really have to just be very focused, and that's why I start leaning down so far down, but I just make sure the glue is tacky, make sure it's very sticky, let it dry out a little bit before I put it on, so that way it sticks onto my eye. And then I go ahead and I apply mascara to make sure that everything looks like together, like it's not just eyelashes and then my personal eyelashes. I just want to make sure like it looks like they're my eyelashes. Get what I'm saying? Don't know if I'm explaining myself. Sound crazy? It's okay. I'm just showing you this is a great lash mascara. It's waterproof. I always do waterproof because I cry a lot. And then I use the Ardell Professional in the double up style. Now we're just jumping around into different products. I'm using Stila. This glitter, I loved it at the beginning. This one is in Gold Goddess, but I'm not loving it so much because as you can see, there's nothing happening. I tried to use a brush to see if it'll work out, but with very few uses, this has pretty much dried out. I'm just really trying to go in there, just trying to get all of the color that I can, and it's just not working out. I go back into the Hit the Lights palette, and I am going to use the color Glit On. It's a very weird texture. It just feels like jelly, but let me tell you, this was what basically saved the whole show. In with a Becca split pan. Of course, I can do a video with apparently using almost everything Jaclyn Hill. I put this in my lower lash, I blend it out. By the way, it's Prosecco Pop, and it's basically put all over the lower part of my eyelashes. Sorry, eyebrows. Now we're going to bronze. I just basically get very light amounts and then tap off the excess and go building it up a little by little. If you notice, the transformation after bronzing is amazing. It's just like getting a facelift. It's like slimming your face. You lose about 10 pounds, and it's just bronzer. Poor brush. I don't know what happened. I haven't done anything. It just broke. But this is the JH10. Just kidding. This is a JH30. I obviously, voiceovers, not the greatest idea. I make sure to clean the center of my nose so that way it just looks thinner. It just gives the illusion of a thin nose, a snatched nose, but it's not in real life. Catfish people. Going back into that Becca split pan, I'm going into Pamplemousse. I don't know if they still make this anymore. This was a collab with him and Jaclyn Hill. I love this color though, and as you can see, I loved the highlight. It's barely there anymore. Make sure you blend your blush, my people. Do not look like you just got smacked in the face or like you had a really long nap. Blend, please. Blend your makeup, people. Going in with this highlighter. This is my favorite highlighter and it's pretty cheap. It is from Wet n Wild. As you can see, there's a complete transformation with that highlight. This one is in Hustle and Glow, and literally you're hustling and glowing with this highlighter, my friends. Be careful with highlight though. Don't put it in areas where you have texture because it will definitely show your texture. Going back with a JH42 brush, I'm putting more highlight under my brow. I'm just putting it in the outer area of my brow though. It just helps your eyebrow look lifted. Oh, can you see that little piece of hair on my face? Driving me crazy. This little brush just makes it easier to be more precise with where I'm putting it. I put it over my Cupid's bow. It just gives a little bit of a nice highlight, a nice glow, making you look sun-kissed even though we're stuck inside, my friends. At this point, I'm trying to decide what color lip I'm trying to do. I'm trying to see if I go for the red, but I'm not a red lipstick loving person, personally, just on me. I don't like how big my lips look with it. People say it looks good on me, but as you can see, I don't like it. But I'm gonna go for it just so you can see what it looks like with the red lipstick. So this is the Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color Lipstick. And this is in the color Amour. Or, just kidding, Love. So I don't do lip liners. It just doesn't make a difference to me. And this is what it looks like with red lipstick. This is the final look with red lipstick. I'm not giving you the finger, but I wasn't really feeling all the colors with my pink hair. So I took it off with toilet paper. As you can see, it was stuck to my lips. Gross. And I just went for this L'Oreal Infallible lip gloss. It looked better, didn't look my favorite, so I added a little bit more color towards the end. As you will see, I added a little bit of red so it could all match together, because this is my cup of tea. This is the same lipstick I applied to my eyelids. I'm just dabbing it on. I don't want it to be completely red, just a hint of red. So this is the final look. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys recreate it, and if you do, I would love to see what you guys have done. If you could tag me in your pictures. But have fun, guys. Be safe. See you in the next one.